They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, L.A. Melvin Gordon, 75 yards. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. The very first play from scrimmage, how about that? Talk about setting a tone.
And people always talk about doing exactly that in the first 5 minutes of the game, the first offensive and defensive series. Who's going to gain an advantage? But we saw exactly what happened there. A tone was definitely set by the offensive team.
Novak out now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. Able to slither by. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here comes the D swarming to the line. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. I think Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys simply didn't want to tackle him.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. So third and medium here, 3rd and 5. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. The play clock's running down on 3rd down. That's Grant. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They do go for it. It's Bortles. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. The LA Chargers taking over on offense here in a second. They won 6 of their last 7 in 2017. You mentioned earlier, just missing the playoffs. And who would have guessed that they would have had a rebound like that? Because they started 0-4.
They really channeled, what, the 1992 Chargers franchise that started 0-4 and ended up 12-4 and won their division. But they came close. What a valiant run. But they ran into our producer, Ben Ramsauer's Kansas City Chiefs, in Kansas City late in the season. That one loss out of those last 7, that's the one that kept them out of the playoffs.
This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Denzel Perryman coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now Gordon on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They come out here in the eye. So now 3rd and goal. Will the defense bring some action? And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Melvin Gordon doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Novak to tack on the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Novak out now to kick this one away. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line. because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Play action. It's Bortles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Now a play fake. Bortles. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Bortles now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. And he'll bang that one through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Now it's a bootleg with Rivers. And right side, Henry's got it. A big hit. Knocked out sideways, right around the 31. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Flushed out right, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Rivers to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? Williams, a man in motion right. Rivers. And Allen's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st. On 1st and 10, Rivers is going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass. And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play. An agile move and a nice gain, then dropped at the 25-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, and they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp. They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss. Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball. Ready? Switch. 4th down, Rivers. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Jags taking over on offense here in a second. And what a season, Charles, it was for Jacksonville. Some people did like them as a dark horse coming into the year, and they really responded. Heard recently at one of the, all-star games, college all-star games, a scout saying, well, heck, haven't they been the dark horse for the last 5 years coming into the season? And he seemed a little bit bitter, so I'm going to let him go on that one. But the point is well taken. They have been building towards this. Really good drafts, really supplemented in free agency. And, yeah, they were a dark horse, but they played awfully well. 11 wins, 2 more in the playoffs. I think right now they'd love to get Allen Robinson back at wide receiver and add another playmaking tight end. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Bortles. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And complete to Lewis over the middle. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
In motion right is Robinson. Here we go on fourth down with Bortles. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now Bortles. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And, a good hit there and knocked down hard at the 36. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whiffing on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way. And, boy, he can get hurt.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be blocked down right around the 37. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage is coming through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
In motion, the tight end. A handoff to Fournette. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. On play action, now Bortles. Lewis has the first down and then some. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lewis. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. Fresh set of downs here. They go play action here on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Lee. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marquise Lee, 38 yards. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. And oh, it's blocked. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They juked him. And oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 18-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Rivers. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On play action, Rivers. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. On 1st down, Bortles. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's brought down. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Fournette on the counter. And he's got room. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll toss it to Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, look at the juke. And now running right through it. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Rivers. Henry's got it out on the left side. And down he'll go at the 25. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Throwing Rivers. Flush to his right. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So just about a minute to go here, tie ball game.
As fans, we love free football. But the guys in the field don't. They're going to attack and go for the win right now.
Rivers to throw it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Rivers completes it to Benjamin. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Rivers to Benjamin, good for the Charger 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
calling the penalty. Here's Gordon. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Three yards to go on second down. Rivers to throw. Wide open. It's Allen, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in which you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
And they're able to spike it in time. And they are in range for a field goal that could win this football game. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now it's all up to the kicker, Nick Novak. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this one is right down Broadway. And they've come in here and stolen one on the road.